this. This wasn't my idea. A lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh, but this was actually a fellow marketer helped me with this to kind of, it was kind of a joke, and what ended up happening was I won a trip on a cruise, and then while I was on the cruise ship, I was coerced into entering a contest for the, sexiest man on the boat contest. And well, long story short, I ended up winning it. There wasn't much competition, so there's only a few guys that were in there. So I mean, it wasn't really big, but everybody just started talking about it, and it blew up. And then everybody in Empower already knew about it, and so it just kind of evolved into that. And so that's kind of the story behind that. But just a little quick background on me, just so that you kind of know where I've been. I've actually been in the industry of network marketing for about 10 years, and most of that was struggle. For about 9.5 years, it was complete struggle, and that's what led me to being on the internet. And I was basically down to $25 left in my bank account. After paying my bills, I looked at my final bank statement when I was at the end of paying my bills for the month, and I was down to $25 left in my bank account, and I had a 3-month-old daughter and an out-of-work mother to provide for, and that's what led me to going to the internet. And so when I got online, I was broke, so I didn't have an advertising budget. I didn't know what to do, so that's when I searched around, just looking for all sorts of different things that I could do. And every single thing out there said that you had to do advertising, and I didn't have any money. So I ended up doing a lot of searches and found David Wood, and learned directly from David on how you can do this through article marketing and blogging and creating videos and content, things like that. And it was a huge learning curve. And this is my actual personal blog. And you guys, I'll tell you right now, anybody who's on the call, if you're brand new or if you're a seasoned veteran, a blog, creating your own blog, I think it's a really good idea to do eventually. But the thing is I'm not a technical guy, and for me to do a blog like this, my first blog, this is actually a remake of my first blog, and I had so many problems with that thing. I couldn't get it to work. I constantly had problems. So to have an Empower Network blog, it is such a blessing. Anybody who's new, who hasn't been through some of the different struggles, it's a really big pain. When I first came online with like I said, this is a complete redesign of my blog. But when I first came online, it took me a month just to get my blog even working right. And I didn't even market. I didn't generate a single lead for my first 3 months. And that's the thing, is because I had so many different technical problems and challenges. But what I ended up doing was just taking massive action, and I started getting into a rhythm and into a flow, and I started learning SEO strategies and things like that. And at one point, I was really, really good at ranking on the first page of Google pretty much whenever I wanted to. And really the only person that out there that was able to really beat me at the time was Rob Four. Everybody on the call probably knows Rob Four. And that was just going after different keywords. Well, one of the things that I also learned is how to syndicate and attract people to me through my content. And a lot of people, the reason why I'm kind of bouncing around a lot, because there's a lot of different strategies and a lot of different things, and it's also kind of how my mind works. So, hopefully, if anybody has any questions, towards the end, don't hesitate to ask me. And Mike, if I ever leave anything out, just definitely jump in anytime. But with content, my blog, you have to kind of evolve So a lot of people want to rank on the first page of Google, and that's cool. Uh, but that's more of a long-term sustainable type of strategy. Okay, some content just won't rank, and so a lot of the stuff that you're going to do, it's going to be in social syndication, a lot of YouTube videos, things like that. And you know, I was just kind of cruising in here in Facebook, trying to find some different examples of what not to do. And you know, the reason why this whole topic kind of came up was because I was in the prosperity the Facebook group, and I noticed there Mike actually commented on you know, there was a comment in there that basically a person was doing kind of direct links, and you know, just kind of putting their link out there. And you know, stuff like that, you can actually really, you're not going to get a lot of you know, traffic that way, because here's what basically will happen. You know, and I'm just trying to find. I was actually looking here really quick, just to find some different examples. Groups are a really a really good example. You know, something like this. You know, these are kind of cool, and so, you know, a person right off the bat would say, okay, if you're a pet lover, then yeah, you'd probably you know, click on this or something like that. But when it comes to you know, when it comes to different examples of what you'd actually do in terms of marketing, I'm just trying to find some different examples, like this, for example. You know, this one isn't too bad, but you know, level 1 marketing. You know, a person is going to, you know, more than likely click on this, and then they'll come here. You know, they'll just kind of check it out, maybe read through here, and you know, most people, they're not going to go right in, and this isn't promoting level 1, guys. I'm just trying to show some different examples um, of what not to do. You don't want to just directly engage people with your link. Okay, a lot of times, what really attracts people to you is providing some sort of valuable content and then sharing it in Facebook, like this. See exactly what we did yesterday on the thing, guys, is right here. Okay, you bring people to your blog through your content, and then you sell from your blog. That's the way that you really want to do it. So here's a good example of this, and just to kind of expand your thinking and expand your mind a little bit, because a lot of people have different buying patterns. And you know, I learned all this stuff from, you know, things like the Costa Rica Mastermind and the 15K formula. You know, the buying patterns that people have, some people are instant buyers who, you know, they'll just, boom, they don't have to have a whole lot of information to make a decision. Then there's people who are, they need to get emotionally involved. Most people buy from emotion and they back it up with logic. There's researchers who, you know, research the heck out of everything. And for a lot of those people, see, if you put your link directly into Facebook, or, you know, you're directly doing something like that, more than likely what a person is going to do, if you're just spamming your link all over the place, and this is not against anybody, because I did this when I first came on board on the internet. If you're spamming your link all over, the first thing a person is going to do is they're going to say, okay, Empower Network, okay, or whatever it is that you're promoting, and they're going to click on that, and then instead of signing up with you, they're going to do a search on it, and they're going to find somebody else that is a top producer, and they're going to join under them. And that's typically, you know, that's just the truth. That's what happens. And so you want to attract people because people join the person. So if, and specifically, that's why I love what we're doing here with the prosperity team, because people want to join and be part of a team. People love being part of a team, and they love being part of a community. And so if you can provide a great recruiting environment where there's a community like what we have, there's so many people, guys, that are so attracted to the prosperity team because they see the value there, and people just, I mean, it's a huge magnet for people. But basically, when you're talking about getting people to your content, you want to approach it a little bit differently. So like, here's just an example that I did. Okay, this was a while back. This was like on December, and I just had an idea, you know. And whenever you come up with a type of idea, just run with it. You don't know if it's going to work or not. You just put out a lot of content, and that's one of the reasons why I've had success. It's not because I'm skilled in a lot of different things. It's because I take a lot more action than the average person. And it doesn't take a lot, guys, to take more action than anybody else. You know, I remember when I was when I went to my first internet marketing event, David Wood was actually on stage, you know, talking, doing his, you know, his speech to everybody, and he actually said, okay, show of hands, how many people in here, you know, do a blog post on a daily basis. And out of about 500 people fill in the room, there are only 4 people that raised their hands. You know, and I happened to be one of them because I was brand new, you know. And I was in a desperate situation. I needed to get this to work. And so that's what, you know, the average person doesn't do this. So if you can just do this, you're one step ahead of the game, guys, okay? Now, here's just an example again, you know, what I did. So I had this kind of idea, and this was actually really to my team, and then I started, you know, really going even further and just decided to really expand it out. Now, a lot of people have, you know, people learn differently too. You know, there are some people who are readers, there's some people who are auditory learners, there's some people who are visual, and me, myself, I'll be brutally honest with you, it's hard for me to read. Honestly, when I think of reading a book, I get cold sweats, you know. I'm an auditory learner. I pick something up when I listen to it. So that's why the inner circle audios are so great for a person like myself. So reading comprehension just kind of goes out the door with me. But this is something this is just an idea on what you can do, and this is something I did. I actually popped on to freeconferencecall.com, and I got an account with them. It's free, right? And so what I did is I just I did a recording for my team, and I interviewed a person on my team. His name's Aaron Cahoon, and we talked. And the reason why I interviewed Aaron is because, you know, I've watched him over the past year just completely grow as a person and become a leader from where he started from. And so our whole thing was about taking massive action. And the entire time, you know, I just did this quick blog post on it, and you see down there, taking action. And so I just did this whole thing, and in this audio, I basically, the whole time it was basically just doing a lot of different you know, type of NLP type of language that you learn within the Costa Rica Mastermind, and you know, also the 15K. There's actually some really good you know, audio, or, you know, type of you know, closing lines and things like that you learn in there. But you know, we basically spent an hour talking about taking action and giving different examples of you know, things like when I closed on a house, and I had 3 months to get it done, and I picked the day that it was going to be done at, and it was done in that day. And so it was really powerful. And so I took this blog post and I went a step further. Let me go back here. See, what I did is I actually did a training on this specifically, on this topic specifically. I'm going to open up a different tab here, and this is going to play here real quick. But there, let me pause that. But this was basically, I was talking to people, and and you know, I actually titled this Facebook Marketing Tips: The 3-Step Secret to Selling Stuff. Okay, and I go in this, you know, exactly what I'm telling here. Is not to spam your link. Instead, get people to come to you through your content. You attract the people, and then you sell from your blog, right? So they're either going to, opt in here, or they're going to take action. They're going to scroll down and see, you notice I don't have a buy button here at all. What I did is I actually, talk with them. I give them some really good, valuable training, and then I come down here more, and here's a few more Facebook marketing tips not mentioned because I forgot to mention some of them in this video, right? And so I come down here, and here's just a few different quick tips, and then here's your assignments. Okay, you guys see how Justin Varangia does a lot of his marketing. He gives assignments at the end. You always want to tell people where to go and what to do, so that it positions you as that authority. It positions you as a leader, and you can do this when you first start. You don't have to be brand new, or excuse me, you don't have to be really seasoned veteran, because perception is reality. If a person perceives you as a person in an authority position, they don't know you, so they can only take you as face value of what they see when they come to your blog. Okay, so like if you go to Chicago and you take a whole bunch of pictures with everybody in the prosperity team, right? You take a bunch of pictures with everybody and you post them all over your blog, and then you get people from Facebook, YouTube, Google, all that stuff, send it out to your list, and you get them to your blog, and they see that you're with everybody. They automatically perceive you as higher level than a newbie if you're new. But so I say, here's your assignment using these Facebook marketing tips. So I talk about a blog post. I actually talk about this blog post here, okay? And what I did is I told them, go to the blog post I talk about in the video above and listen to that audio, or just click here, okay? So then I have it go to, this blog post, okay? So I'm cross-linking between blog posts and telling them, a different place to go. Then write an article about that, about what you learned, and post it to your blog. Record a video about the article you just wrote, upload the video to YouTube, and embed that YouTube video into your blog post. And your blog post with a call to action directing the reader to take action. Share your blog post with your friends on Facebook. Now, what's really interesting here too is that what I actually do is I tell them in this one to download this and play it in their car. Okay? Now, what's the psychology behind that? Well, for starters, I'm basically telling people to take action, and it's really good stories and really good, there's really good principles behind this audio that I had my team and anybody who went there they downloaded it, and then they started playing it in their car. Now, the thing that's going to do is twofold. They're going to be listening to my voice the entire time, right? And so they're getting to know me, they're getting to like me, and I even give, and it's right up the line with Aaron too. Okay, so these are just some different examples that to really open up your mind and really broaden your horizon on getting people to take action. And the value, instead of spamming your link in Facebook, you create what we consider a really good recruiting environment, and you leverage off of prosperity. Okay, which by the way, Mike, I need to change this out because this is my old team thing. So I need to actually change that out to the prosperity team here. Hasn't been on the top priority. That was basically just kind of the quick marketing tip that I wanted to really dive in and I guess really go into a little bit more detail. Instead of putting your direct links like this, nothing against this person, but I mean some people do stuff like this, and that's cool, but most of the time when you see something like this, usually a person is going to search out somebody that they're going to see this, and then they're going to go and find somebody that they know already and get involved with them. I mean, it was just this morning a person who isn't even on my team. They asked for my affiliate link to something else because I built a relationship with them, and so people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So that's the biggest thing is our business is people, and understanding the buying patterns of people and demonstrating that you're the person that could lead them to where they need to go. And the only way by doing that is providing good content, value, and sharing with them what you have to offer. And that's what's, again, I keep going back to this. That's what's so valuable about the prosperity team, specifically, is because you don't have to create all this stuff. You know, you can come in and it's already there for you. And we have more than 40 different leaders all contributing. That's powerful, guys, and people really want to be a part of something like that where they can just plug into it and they can leverage off of them from everybody. So that's really all that I wanted to really train on here, Mike. If there's anything else you want me to touch on, or if I'm left anything out, by
Cool,
all means.
cool. Yeah, that was amazing. And just one thing I want to reiterate real quick on what he talked about. I love this because it's so, so true. If you're out there spamming people, I've actually had people, like, just think about it. Have you ever clicked on a link and it was just blatant spam? And then, maybe you were interested in that company. Would you honestly, just think about this, would you honestly join that person that just spammed their link? You have no idea who they were, okay? You have no idea who they were. You've never talked to them. You've never seen a video of them. You've never seen a blog post of them. You've never seen anything they ever have done. Would you ever join that person, even if you're interested in that company? Just think about that. Think about that. You don't know him from anything. But the difference is, what if you went to his blog and you've seen that he had this very valuable, powerful team. He was part of the prosperity team. Maybe he had a video on the blog and he was talking about, the value he got from the company, not just, oh, join Salve, this is, you get your phone for free, and blah, 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 blah. No, maybe he talks about some type of valuable training, telling you how to build it or whatever, and then you get to know him a little bit. Wouldn't you want to join him a little bit more after that? So that was very cool, man. So yeah, appreciate you coming out, Scott.
Oh,
That was awesome.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool, cool. So does everyone see my screen? Go over to the Facebook group real quick, everyone, and just give Scott some love and go over there and just comment what you learned and if you liked his training. So go over there right now, do that right now. So let me give everyone the Facebook group link. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. This is awesome being a part of a team that just shares their value and their wisdom from like so many different leaders. It's amazing.
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. And one of the big things too, guys, is we all learn things from each other. There's so many things that just one little tip that you can get from people. It's amazing how when you start evolving, there's things that you think that you start really, you think everybody knows, and really there's not, there's so many things out there, just little things, just one little tip that can make all the difference in your business. And
Yep.
it doesn't matter how much you know, how much you learn, or how little you think that you know. Sometimes just a little tip that you have, a six-figure earner doesn't even know. So never hold back, and never assume that people even know, know either they don't know something or they do know something. Just give value and share. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So thanks.
And that
Thanks.
reminded me of a training I did when I first started. I actually did a training on how to copy and paste.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
The little Control C and the Control V, because no one knew how to do that for some reason, or a lot of the older crowd didn't know how to do that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I literally recorded myself copying and pasting, and I literally had thousands of views on that video, guys.
Or
Thousands.
even just that Facebook thumbs up thing. I I
Yeah.
was just so ecstatic when I was on that training with Robert Mercado. I'm like, dude, that is awesome. And
Yeah, just a
it's
little
so
Y.
simple to
Yeah,
do.
that Y.
Yeah,
Y in
yeah,
parentheses. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, those are like the littlest tips ever that, you would think, oh, no one knows, everyone knows about that. But, the funny thing is they don't. Like I'm actually going to do a blog post on my own here today or tomorrow. But I was looking, and this is just shows you how simple things are. I was literally looking, this is what I was typing in. Hold on. How to mask a domain in cPanel. And I had no idea how to mask a domain in cPanel. And I literally, as you can see, I looked at like all these websites, and they are all bullcrap. They didn't tell me how to do it. It's pretty much impossible. So it was just one of those things. It's like you can't mask per se in cPanel. But then I did so much research, and I was getting so annoyed trying to find how to mask a domain in cPanel because I didn't want to put it back on GoDaddy and mask it from there because we had other websites hosted on that domain. So I needed to mask it from cPanel, and I couldn't find out how to do it. And I was so frustrated. Then I finally realized that you can do an iframe mask. So it's not really masking. You just have an index file with an iframe in it, and that masks it. So I was like, but I figured it out. Okay, so here's the thing. I figured it out. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to do a blog post on that, how to mask, and I'm going to name it How to Mask a Domain in cPanel, because I know anyone like me that's trying to learn that, that's what they're going to type, because they don't know about iframes. See what I mean? They don't know that that's what you need to do, because I just worded it wrong, but I had no idea that it was an iframe that I needed to do. So just stupid little things like that, that you can do little value, and I can probably rank for that. It's probably not difficult, but yeah, that's just little things, and I'm sure someone will look for that, in the future, and I'll help them out. And if they see my links and things to my businesses on the side, they'll be like, wow, this guy's cool. Now, if you think about that, just real quick, show of hands, if someone was looking for this and I showed them how to do it and they saw my business, I helped them, they like me now, they're not frustrated anymore, are they more likely to look at my business than if I just spammed a link inside Facebook? Yeah, see what I'm saying? So that's just little things. So yeah, that just reminded me. That's cool. You can definitely give away little tips. Anything that you ever go through, just put them on your blog. I mean, that's why we have a blog. And I give you guys the content a lot of the times, but you guys know that you can add stuff to this too. Like for example, you can copy and paste this, and then you can go in and you can give people an action assignment at the bottom, just like what he talked about. Hey, watch this video on this other blog post. Do your own video, do your own training on it. What did you learn about it? You can give them an action assignment as well. So yeah, don't just use my blog content as the end all be all. You can definitely add to it, take away, put your own spin on it. So appreciate you, man. Love that you came out and shared your value with the team.
Oh yeah, yeah. My pleasure.
Cool, cool. So anyway, my friends, everybody go grab the assignment link and take action, guys. Take action. Actually do it. The ones that actually, because there's about 294 people in the room right now. 294 people in the room, and I can almost venture to say that there's not 294 people on this blog post. And you want to know why? Because a lot of people, for some reason, just don't take action. So let me just scroll down. Let's see what happens. Let's see. We've got, see, 79. So out of 292 people, 79 people are closer to taking action. They're closer to taking action. That should be too. I mean, don't you agree, Scott? That should be like everybody in here, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. You know,
Yep.
guys, again, you know, I really can't stress this enough. Um, your 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 success is based on consistency. You know, I know firsthand. You know, I'll be really transparent, and you know, there's some times that I kind of slacked off for a little bit, but my income reflected it. You know, and you'll see when you start going, you be consistent. You'll see consistency will pay off over time. And you know, I remember, I think it was Jim Rome, wasn't it, Mike? Jim Rome that said, or I forgot who. I remember quotes. I never remember who they're from, but there's one. You know, you make up in numbers what you lack in skill,
Yep.
and that's so entirely true, specifically with blogging and content. You know, it's you know, take a lot of action, guys, because that's gonna be the difference maker. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a Jim Rohn quote, and that was one of my favorite quotes as well because, you know, in the beginning I didn't have a lot of skill. And the funny thing, and then we'll kind of wrap it up here, is the first strategy I learned was MySpace, and that was before Facebook. And, you know, I was like, okay, I don't have any skill for one profile. You know, I'm not generating very many leads. So, you know, I used Jim Rohn's quote. I took it probably too serious, you know. You make up in numbers what you lack in skill. So I created 30 profiles on MySpace and had the softwares running on every single one of them, pretty much spamming the world.
Oh my
But
God.
and you know what's funny about that though is even though I was doing I wasn't doing it wrong though because I was basically just adding friends and then they'd look at my profile and click links inside my profile, so it wasn't like I was spamming links. But so I was doing it right. I was just doing it in massive numbers, and I actually got to 30 leads a day. 30 leads a day
Nice.
from MySpace, guys. And then the funniest thing about that story, though, is I actually had a guy from MySpace call me. I don't know how he got my number, but he literally called me and said, "Is this Mike?" I'm like, "Yep." All right, just letting you know, all of your MySpace accounts are shut down, and you can't create any more ever again. And then he hung up on me. And I was like, "What the heck?" I thought it was a joke, and I went over to my MySpace accounts, and they were gone. So.
Oh man. Wow.
So yeah, that I learned a hard lesson there. You know, you don't want to spam everyone, but whatever. It was just
Yeah.
funny, I thought, because you know I took that quote a little too far, I guess. But it was cool because I made a lot of sales. It was actually $3,000 sales too. I made sales for a $3,000 program at the time. So
Nice.
social media does work, guys. You know, there's a lot of people that don't think that you can actually make money on social media or big ticket sales or whatever. And in my opinion, I think it's the exact opposite because these are people that get to know you, you know? Cool, cool. So anyway, everyone, go take action, do the assignment. It looks like we got over at least a third of the people on the assignment right now, that's a success. That's awesome. So anyway, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. So yeah, we'll have another marketing tip tomorrow, and then Friday is our Q&A day. And with that, love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make it a great day.